Hey, my name is Sarah Reed. You may know me as Eurogamer Girl on social media. I'm also one half of the YouTube channel, Rolling with Two. My husband Will and I started Rolling with Two to share our perspective on the two-player experience and accessibility of board games. Accessibility is what I'll be focusing on today because Will is legally blind and colorblind. This makes finding games he can play and enjoy a challenge, but we've been gaming together for over 20 years, so I have some tips for those buying games to play with people who have vision disabilities. Research is key. Not only do you need to know what kinds of games your group will enjoy, you need an understanding of what the vision disabilities are of the person or people you'll be playing with. Then you need to take time in looking up games on the internet to see what will meet their needs as well as be enjoyable to them. Use the following tips when you look at pictures, watch how to play videos, and read the rules of potential games. The most common challenge most people will encounter is colorblindness. The problem is colorblindness comes in many forms. Issues with red and green is most common, but blue and yellow and a wide range of other variations exist. So the challenge here is a lot of games use color to identify information in games. But thankfully more publishers have started double coding colors with icons. Finding games that have these extra layers will ease all issues of colorblindness regardless of which colors are the problem. Beyond colorblindness is the more severe vision disabilities, where a person's vision is deteriorated badly enough that they often can't see the whole picture, and they use assistive devices and their sense of touch to interact with the world. That's why components make a big difference in the ability of visually impaired gamers to play autonomously and reduce the need for others around the table to support them. Dual-layer player boards are a wondrous invention because someone like Will, who has more severe vision impairments, can learn the layout of the board by touch with the recessed areas and moving pieces along those tracks. Dice with recessed pips also allow a person to identify what number is rolled by touch. Components like cardboard bits and meeples are much more useful if they are distinct from one another. When a game doesn't come with uniquely shaped pieces, we often invest in upgraded components. Etsy is a great source for 3D printed components. Iconography that is simple, clear, and has high contrast with its background goes a long way for those who use assistive devices. There are also certain kinds of games that are inherently better or worse for those with severe vision disabilities. Here are a few we'll have found from our decades of playing games together. Generally, you'll want to get games that are primarily open information. That's because hidden information creates a disparity between sighted people who can glance at something for information and a visually disabled person who would have to rely on assistive devices to do the same thing. Cards or components that are kept secret also reduce the ability of others helping the visually disabled person. Co-op games are really great because everyone is supposed to be working together, so it's within the game's rules. Just avoid those with limited communication, since talking is the main way a severely visually disabled person gains information. Some game aspects to generally avoid are large maps, tile laying, route building, polyominoes, and overlapping cards. These are games where touching the pieces to see them would mess up their placement, and keeping track in a person's mind may be challenging if they don't have great spatial reasoning. Now there are exceptions. Games with simple or small grids for maps or tiles can still work really well. A 3x3 grid can be explained using a number pad with space 1 in the upper left all the way through 9 in the lower right. Lastly, expect a lot of trial and error, which can result in buying a game you think will work, finding out it doesn't, and reselling or trading it for something else. No two people have the same vision limitations, and the same person's challenges can change over time. Games Will could play 10 years ago are a lot more difficult now that his vision has degraded even more. I look forward to the day when these kinds of accessibility features are standard, because it will help everyone at the table now and in the future. Vision challenges may not be something most people have to deal with now, but we all age. So future you will be grateful for games with larger text, clear iconography, dual-layer boards, and uniquely shaped meeples. And for the present, it means you'll be able to play these games easily with anyone who has vision issues now. If you want to ask me any questions, the best way is to contact me on Twitter at EurogamerGirl. And if anyone wants to read the article that this is based on, check out the post Supporting Blind Gamers on colorblindgames.com. Happy gaming!